Oh yeah, some new Cab air ride bags and shocks. Today I'm going to replace the original Cab air springs with these aftermarket air springs. So the first thing you want to do is make sure your Cab air springs are deflated, and to do this you turn this counterclockwise and let that come out. That will deflate the Cab air springs. Remove the locking pin for the air spring. We don't need that. I'm going to prop up the rear cab support. There's a shock in here, a little shock inside the airbag, so it must be working because I couldn't go right up easily. Yeah, the shock seems to be working good, but I do have an air leak in this airbag. There are two air lines connected to the Cab air spring back here. One of them on the outside here and one to this check valve, one-way check valve. So I'm just gonna put some masking tape on the check valve and some on that air line that goes to the check valve, so I know which one went where. I'm gonna remove those air lines. I think I'm gonna take this clamp off right here and make that a little easier. For this, I'm using a 10mm. On these four lower bolts that hold the air spring to the bracket on this truck are 15mm, both the nut and the bolt. Wow. I have this short 15mm that I think will work better in here. Now the one that's probably the hardest to reach . Rear inside. There's the wrench on it. Let me get me a shorter ratchet handle. Maybe I can swing by that exhaust pipe. And yes, it's short enough, it just makes it by the exhaust pipe. Okay, all the bolts are out of it. Push that spring back down. Shock, I mean, push the shock down. Take it out. The new aftermarket airbags come with all the new attachment hardware and air pipes. I did notice on one of these that one of these bolts wasn't down all the way. So I'm just checking them. That one was tight. Yeah, let's see. That was this one. That bolt was loose. They didn't have that one tight. I mean, I noticed it because it wasn't even down tight onto the washer. So you might just want to check those. Check them all. I noticed on this shock it actually has a spring in it. It comes back up. Okay, so they give you the pipe brand new to put in here. But you want to take all apart. Just I'm gonna add some Teflon tape. You want to turn the fitting as if you're putting it in. That way when you're installing the fitting, you're not working against the end of the tape to unroll it. This will help us line it up if we put this in. Right there, looks straight. We can't get any swing on the pipe wrench, so we'll just put the T on it. We'll have to tighten it up with that. I'd like to tighten the pipe separately, but just can't get the wrench in there. And we want that going straight up. Right there. And the check valve. That is a 7/16 adapter for the airline. It's a half. 90-degree adapter for this supply airline. And that is the 7/16. The reason for these is so your airline doesn't crush when the ferrule is crimped into it. Perfect. Fits good. I like these better. For one thing, it's larger. I'm going to use the original pieces that match these that are already on the truck and right here. Make sure our surfaces are clean. Set the new air spring in place. You can see how this shock with the spring in it is holding this at an angle. I think I'm just gonna put a strap through here and pull that down. Oh yeah, perfect. A little bit more. There, that gets it lined up. Awesome. And attach the limiting strap. Okay, so this one still has a little piece of pipe in it. This one with the green tape that went onto the check valve does not. The piece of pipe stayed in the old check valve, so I pulled it out. And put it back in here. It's in all the way. So that one goes in the check valve. this other one on the supply line. Put my clamp back on. We can slide this out. And as I did with the passenger side, I'm going to save this little tube and put that in the new one. Make sure this pushes down in there good.